Hey everyone, and Nick again. I'm going to be reviewing a book called Fey Girl. It's written by this man up here. His name is Kevin Newman. Now, I've met Newman personally. He's a bit of an eccentric man, but his writing is very solid. This is a sort of an area of life for this person, Jude, who lives in Toronto. Now, the description of Toronto was actually right on. If you've never lived in Toronto, or if you've never been to, you never plan to go to Toronto, or you want to go to Toronto, this is actually quite a descriptive book on Toronto. There are a lot of uses of alcohol and other stimulants in it, so just be aware of that. And worst off, the character occasionally has to take the TTC. Yeah, I know. If you live in Toronto, you'd understand that. Stay away from Spadina Station. It's just a mess. Now, at times, it seems to be almost real. It almost seems to be the character, the author's real life. And maybe he drew a lot of inspiration from it. Now, I do recommend going out and buying a copy. It is a little bit hard to find these. But what I am going to do is I'm going to get in contact with him, and I'm going to leave a description, link in the video as to where to buy this. Now, it is a very dialogue-heavy book, so a lot of that. So don't go out expecting sort of like a James Bond book, lots of explosions, that sort of stuff. This is a more realistic, sort of everyday sort of snippet of a person's life. It's a very interesting read. It's a little hard to explain the story in it. But when you read the descriptions, you read these people's lives, it becomes a very interesting thing, and you almost want to learn more about these people. Now, there are moments that seem a little bit more dark and racist than perhaps you and I would expect, but because of where this book is from, and because of living in Toronto, you might have to forgive those moments. There are always people that walk by, let's say, they were talking about the orange ducks inside the Chinese window. And it comes from a place of not understanding fully where these, where the history and the ideas of these come from. And it does show the flaws in these characters. And I think that's what makes this book really a great read. Now, it had taken me a little while to read, just because my son had actually, unfortunately, lost or hidden the book, and then I moved and a few other things. So I've gotten around to it. I sat down and read it. I think it's worth reading. So I'm going to leave a description of how to get your hands on this. Now, I do know that there are e-copies available, like the e-books for like Kindle and Nook and all those other things. But trying to get your hand on a physical book is a lot harder. And yeah. So if you want to, you can also check out his website. He has other things on there as well. Artwork that he has done, so photos that he has taken, and some other stuff you will find online. And it's actually going to be on the bottom, and it'll say voxnewman.com, www.voxnewman.com. And I'm going to leave that right in the bottom of here. And I'm also going to see if I can find a more direct way to find these books, because they are hard to find. Now, take a look at that man. If that doesn't look like an old writer, I don't know what does. Have you ever seen those like those older authors? This is the type of photos that I always picture. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you later.